So, hello guys! For today's video, tayo po ay mag-lecture all about vector differentiation. So, sulat natin. Vector differentiation. So, there are various rules to be considered when it comes to vector differentiation. You need at least a prerequisite. So, lagay natin dito. Prerequisite knowledge regarding basic derivatives. The next one is you need also how to operate dot and cross product. So these are the two things that you need to master all about before undergoing vector differentiation, as well as applications also of derivatives and how do you manipulate them. So before that, let's have a quick recap on how you would operate within dot and cross product. Say for example, you have two vector fields A and B. Say for example, you have A dot product to B from vector. The product of this equation would be scalar. Bakit? Vector A is now a vector quantity, then vector V is a vector quantity as well. Now, when you merge two vector quantities at one, or i-multiply natin sila, the resulting quantity would be scalar. However, A cross product to B, if you're going to cross product two vector quantities, the resulting product would be vector as well, but in another form. Okay? So for example, you have a vector A is equal to 5j hat plus 6x I hat, my mistake, but gawin na natin to example, plus 7x squared k hat. So these are the unit vectors, the I, j, and k. So ito yung minamanipulate natin pagdating sa vector calculus. Okay? So, diba, pagdating sa derivatives, you only treat only two-dimensional spaces. But now, we are now manipulating three-dimensional spaces with regards to these unit vectors. So, nilalagay natin yung unit vectors for us to see na yung tinitreat nating function or this vector is already in three-dimensional spaces. Okay. Then, vector V is equal to 5xi hat plus 7xy squared j hat plus 8k hat. Yeah. See, for example, you have this example. Then, i-vector muna natin siya. Vector. I-dot product muna natin. So, if you're going to dot product that, just multiply. Pag pinag-multiply mo yung dalawang unit vector, ang magiging resultant is equivalent always to 1. K hat times K hat is equal to 1. J hat times J hat is equal always to 1. I hat times I hat is always equal to 1. Okay? So, however, if you're going to multiply K hat to I hat, that is equivalent to 0. Okay? Anything na i-multiply mo siya sa hindi niya katulad na unit vector is always equivalent to 0. Okay? So, let's get the dot product. The dot product of A and B is equal to, check muna natin yung dalawang I hat. So, 6x times 5x is equal to 30x squared. Okay. Ngayon, mawawala si I hat kasi I hat times I hat is equal to 1. 30x squared times 1 is always equal to 30x squared. Or any number that is multiplied to 1 is the number itself. Next, J plus 7xy squared z times 5 is equal to 35. Copy nyo lang ito. xy squared z. Next, K. Okay, since wala naman tayong variable na tinitreat dito, so multiply lang natin ito. 8 times 7 is equal to 56. Plus 56 x z squared. So, that is your dot product. Okay. When it comes to cross product, there is much simpler, what do you call this? Method in order to manipulate this one. Sorry. So, for cross product, okay, we're going to use determinant.
Uy, binom ka ng gamot mo. Sabi mo, send pambiling gamot.
So, we're now involving cross product. So, ilagay natin sa determinant, 3x3 determinant natin, ijk. So, sulat natin dito sa taas. Oops. Sulat natin dito, which is ijk. Yan. Meron na tayong ijk. Tapos, isulat lang natin kung ano yun nasa vector A. So, ano yung vector A? Ito yung I, diba? Sulat natin dito, 6x. What is J? 5. Yung K, which is 7xc squared. Yan. Okay. Next naman is B. Lagay natin ito sa baba. Ano yung B? Ito, 5x. Ano yung J? 7xy squared z. Ito naman is 8. Okay? Yan, meron na tayo 3x3 determinant. So, lagyan lang natin siya ng yan, is equal to, gawa natin ng determinant I. Yan. Determinant I hat. Okay. So, after, if you're going to manipulate the determinant I hat, you need to close this one, takpan natin, tapos kopyahin natin to, mga values sa loob, excluding ito yung G at K. Ito lang, mga values lang. So, ibig sabihin, magiging 2x2 naman siya. 5, 7, xc squared, x is 7, xy squared, z, next naman is 8. Okay? Mamaya, magagamit natin siya. Minus, huwag nyo kalilimutan, next naman is minus. Minus the determinant of J. So, pag determinant of J, anong gagawin? Takpan naman ito, kopyahin nyo yung mga variables ng I at K. So, I, 6x, 5x sa baba. Next naman is ito, 7xc squared, 8. Yan. Okay? Next naman, plus. Okay, determinant naman ni K. Okay? Takpan naman ito naman yung sulatin natin. 6x, 5, 5x, 7x, y squared, z. Okay? Now, what's next? Ano yung susunod dito? Siyempre, yung susunod dito, you need to evaluate this. How? Ang uunahin natin, ito. Siyempre, si I hat muna yung evaluate natin na determinant. Pa-upper muna tayo bago lower. So, i-multiply natin yung upper, which is ito, itong part na to, pag ganun. Upper, tapos saka naman si lower. Ayan. Meron ng symbol. So, upper muna tayo. Lagyan natin. Kapag ganito, upper. Tapos, kapag ito, lower. Upper minus lower tayo. Okay. Sige. Dito tayo sa separate sheet of paper. Yan. So, upper minus lower. So, ang upper natin, as seen here, sa example, so, i-multiply natin yung 7xy squared z dito sa 7xz squared. So, is equal to 49x squared. So, lagyan natin dito. So, lagay natin 49x squared. Ano sunod? 49x squared y squared z cube. Okay. Tapos, ima-minus natin siya saan? Dito, sa product ng 5 at 8. 8 times 5 is equal to 40. So, ibig sabihin, minus 40. So, ito yung determinant ng I hat or yung cross product ng I hat natin. Next, minus. Ito naman. So, upper muna tayo. Upper, tapos lower. Okay. Okay. So, 5x times 7x z squared is equal to 35x squared z squared. 35x squared z squared. Minus, ano? Ito, 6x times a is equal to 48x. Diba? Ito yung g hat. So, plus another quantity for k hat. Ito naman. So, mauuna ulit to. Tapos, sunod, ito. Sa iba. Okay? So, unahin natin ito. 5x times 5 is equal to 25x. So, 25x minus 6x times 7xy squared z is equal to 42x squared y squared z. So, sulat natin. 42x squared y squared z. Okay. So, this is your final answer for the cross product. Cross product ng A and B. If pwede mo pa siya ma-simplify, simplify it further. Pero as you see here, wala na siya pwede pa ma-simplify. Diba? Kasi ito, quantity na to ni J hat, ito quantity na to ni K hat. So, hindi mo siya pwede ipag-merge. So, anything lang na pwede pag-merge, say for example, same sila ng quantity or same sila ng mga terms, same din ng mga degree, number of degree, pwede mo silang pagsamahin. Parang normal algebra lang. So, since wala ka naman pwede pagsamahin pa, so, that will be the final answer for the cross product. So, now, ngayon na meron na tayong overview all about the dot and cross product. So, let's jump up with the vector differentiation rules. So, ano yung mga basic theorems natin? Basic theorems. Sorry. Magsabing basic theorems natin for the vector differentiation, we have number 1, the derivative of u when a plus b, when vector a added to vector b is equal to derivative ng a with respect to u plus derivative ng b with respect to u. Literal na mag-add ka lang ng dalawang vectors tapos i-differentiate. Okay? Number 2, the derivative of the cross product of a and b with respect to u. Paano to? Ano yung formula? So, yung formula natin is getting first the vector a, i-dot product natin sa derivative ng vector v with respect to u plus derivative naman ng a with respect to u, i-dot product natin sa b. Kasi i-add natin. Pero this, there will be a simpler form in order to differentiate this dot product. How? I-dot product mo muna siya, katulad ng ginawa natin dito, tapos saka mo i-differentiate with respect to something. Okay? Okay ba yan? Yung lalabo. Yan. So, ito yung isang formula that you can consider. Then, pwede nyo rin consider yung step na sinabi ko. So, number 3 is the derivative of the cross product of a and b with respect to u is equal to a cross product sa derivative ng b with respect to u plus derivative ng a with respect to u cross product sa b. Yan. Parang pinalitan lang natin kanina. Kung kanina dot product to, ngayon cross product naman. So, number 4. Ano yung number 4 rule? Ayan. Paano naman kapag derivative ng ganitong function? A dot product sa b pero kina-cross product mo sa c. So, paano? So, the much simpler way in order to evaluate this, in order to operate this function is, kailangan i-cross product mo muna si b at saka si c, saka mo i-dot product kay a. No? Okay ba yun? So, bakit? Kasi B and C is already in vector. So, kapag binector mo ulit siya, vector din naman si A. So, ang magiging resulting equation na itong part na to is already in scalar. Paano naman kapag inuna natin si dot product? Pag dinot product natin yung A at B, that is already in scalar. However, i-cross product mo sa isang vector quantity. That is not a proper method. So, unahin mo muna na i-cross product muna yung isang yung dalawang vector before mo siya i-scalar. So, automatically, if you're going to see this kind of equation, ang magiging resulting vector ang magiging resulting equation natin dito is already in scalar quantity. Okay? Pero there will be a formula for that if gusto niyo i-follow to. So, A dot B, cross product natin sa derivative ng C with respect to U, plus A dot idadot natin sa derivative ng B with respect to U, cross product naman sa C, plus derivative ng A with respect to U, idadot natin sa B, cross product naman sa C. Okay? So, ganyan yung formula. How about naman kapag ganito? Number 5. What is the derivative of the cross product of a cross product? Ayan. Dalawang beses mo magka-cross product. So, cross product dito sa dalawang vector, tapos i-cross mo ulit sa isang vector. So, paano yun? So, kapag nakakita kayo na ganito equation, cross product mo na sa inner bago yung outer. Okay? Para makuha natin yung derivative. So, pwede mo na siya i-derivative overall. Or pwede rin naman ganito yung formula. Is equal to A cross product mo sa cross product ng B derivative ng C with respect to U. Okay? Plus A cross product mo saan? Sa derivative ng B with respect to U, cross product naman sa C. Okay? Plus derivative ng A with respect to U, tapos cross product natin doon sa B at C. Okay? So, yan. Yan yung kailangan ninyo tatandaan in order to manipulate differentiation, particularly sa vector quantity. Okay? You need to familiarize yung kung paano mag-operate ng dot and cross product para hindi kayo malito pagdating ng derivatives. Kasi, after mo ma-manipulate ito, pwede mo nang i-apply yung basic derivatives that you have doong Cal 01. Okay? Paano naman kapag partial derivatives? So, kapag partial derivatives, lagi nyo lang titingnan kung ano yung differential na tinitreat niya. No? Say, for example, number 1, partial. Sulat natin. Partial derivatives. Sa partial derivatives, halos parehas lang din nito. Ito mga nauna na to. Pero, iniba lang ng notation. No? Hindi tayo nagde-differentiate. However, nagde-differentiate tayo particularly on that specific differential partially. So, ibig sabihin nun, partial derivative of x, sample lang partial derivative of x, wherein, yung dot product ng A and B is ipa-partial derivative natin is equal to A partial derivative ng B with respect to x plus partial derivative ng A with respect to x. Idadot naman natin sa B. Halos parehas lang dito, di ba? Dito sa pangalawa. Ito, parehas lang. So, parang pinalitan lang siya. Instead, magpa-partial lang tayo. Ito, complete derivatives to. Ito, ipa-partial natin. So, number 2 is partial derivative ng x with respect to the cross product of A and B is equal to A, cross product mo muna sa partial derivative ng B with respect to x plus partial derivative ng A with respect to x cross product sa B. Okay. Okay, what's next? So, meron pa tayong isang twist. Paano naman kapag na-encounter nyo itong problem na to? Oh my god, wala tayong space. Dito na lang. So, paano naman kapag na-encounter nyo to? Ay, dito na pala sa likod. Okay. Kapag na-encounter nyo yung ganito na problem, say for example, sa third scenario, partial derivative, second order partial derivative with respect to x and y. Okay. Paano tayo magde-differentiate ng ganyan? So, uunahin nyo muna, sample, dot product, diba? Ayan. Unahin nyo muna na, ano gagawin? I-partial nyo muna with respect to x. Kasi yun yung nauna eh. Kukunin nyo yung dot product, tapos ipa-partial ninyo with respect to x, diba? Tapos, right after nyo makuha yung solution, or yung answer, ipa-partial nyo naman with respect to y. And that will be your final answer for the second order derivative of partial equation. However, paano naman kapag ganito yung format? Partial derivative of y and x. Yan. Nauna si y, bago si x. So, that product pa rin to ha, is equal to, unahin nyo na, mag-partial muna sa y. So, lagi nyo yung iisipin, ano yung nauuna? So, a and b. Tapos, sunod naman is si x. Okay? Baliktad, di ba? Paano naman kapag cross product? So, partial derivative, second partial derivative, x and y is equal to, halos parehas lang nito, pero iniba lang ng format. Instead of dot product, you're going to use cross product. Yan. Now, paano naman kapag ganito? Yx is equal to partial derivative of y ng cross product ng a and b, tapos x. Yan. So, that will be your complete formula in order for you to solve two vector quantities at the same manner. Okay tayo doon? Yeah. Okay. So, next tayo. Examples. Yeah. Example. Number 1. Given you have a vector field R is equal to sine t I hat plus cosine t j hat plus t k hat. Hahanapin natin yung ano? A, the first derivative. dr dt. Ano ba yung first derivative datong function? So, para ka lang nagdo-normal derivative. Derivative of sine t is equal to cosine of t. Copy nyo si I hat. Tapos, cosine of t, derivative is equal to negative sine t. J hat. Tapos, plus k hat. Bakit? Derivative of t is equal to 1. So, 1 times k hat is k hat. So, next, B. Paano naman natin kukunin yung magnitude? Ito. Paano natin kukunin yung magnitude ito? Kunin lang natin yung coefficients ng bawat unit vector. Is equal to cosine of t squared plus negative sine t squared plus 1 squared. Okay. Tapos, square root is equal to, anong sagot? So, using your calculator, di ba kung mapapansin niyo, cosine t squared plus negative sine t squared is equal to cosine squared of t plus sine squared of t. That is already an equivalent for a Pythagorean theorem is equal to 1, di ba? So, 1 plus 1 squared is equal to ilan? Using your calculator, 1 plus 1, that is square root of 2. Di ba? So, this is your answer for the magnitude of this first derivative of a vector. Next, C. What is the second derivative? D squared r all over dt squared is equal to, kunin nyo lang yung derivative na to. So, the derivative of cosine of t is equal to negative sine t I hat. Ito, derivative ng negative sine t is equal to negative cosine of t g hat. Ito, derivative ng k hat is equal to 0 na yan. Kasi the derivative of a constant is always equal to 0. Tapos, kukunin naman natin si, kukunin naman natin ang magnitude ng second derivative. So, if you're going to get the magnitude, negative sine t squared plus negative cosine t of squared, as usual, mapapansin niyo para siya in squared. So, what is the square root of 1? The square root of 1 is always equal to 1. Diba? So, that is your answer. Okay, next example. Wait lang. Kuha tayong separate sheet of paper. Yeah. Sa paper na lang ako nagsusulat guys kasi sa whiteboard sobrang laki. Kaya ang hassle, tsaka hindi abot ng aking phone pag nag-video ng PS3. Yan. So, okay. For our next working example, suppose you have a parametric equation. Number 2. Given the parametric equation, okay, given your parametric equation, x is equal to e negative t, then y is equal to 2 cosine of 3t. 2 cosine of 3t, then z is equal to 2 sine of 3t. Yan. Hinahanap daw yung velocity at acceleration. And at time is equal to 0, hanapin naman natin yung magnitude ng velocity at acceleration. So, A, velocity. So, paano natin hanap yung velocity? Naka-scalar quantity itong mga to. Automatically, kapag nakaganyan yung equation natin, naka-parametric. So, yung x natin is already in unit vector I, yung y is unit vector of j, tapos yung z is already unit vector of k. So, ilalagay na lang natin sila. So, if you have this equation, supposed to be you have the vector field f. Sabihin natin f. Yan. F is equal to e negative t I hat. Yeah, para lang sa convenience, diba? Plus 2 cosine of 3t. Wag niyo pansinin yan. J hat. Plus 2 sine of 3t k hat. Yan. Diba? Huwag yun na gawin itong I, ito J, ito K. No need. Ito na gawin ninyo. Sunod-sunod. Para kay X, si I. Para kay Y, kay J. Para kay Z, kay K. Ganun lang yung kasimple. Okay? Tapos, hanapin natin si velocity. How? The first derivative of A, this... Sorry, guys. Okay. The first derivative of A distance equation is always equal to velocity at any time t given. So, i-derivative natin to. Derivative of f with respect to t is equal to, with respect to t ha, kasi lahat tayo naka-t. Okay? Ito, ang derivative na to, negative e negative t. Okay? Yan yung derivative niya. Ikakopy mo lang yung coefficient, pati yung integer. Tapos, ilalagay mo lang dito. That is always your derivative for exponential function. Plus, dito, ang technique, since cosine, ano ba ang derivative ng cosine? That is negative sine, diba? So, negative sine. Tapos, etong nakikita ninyong, technique lang to etong nakikita ninyong coefficient, which is yung 3, i-multiply niyan dito sa 2. So, that is 6, diba? So, magiging negative 6 sine 3t. Yan. That's it. Ganyan nakasimple. Plus, ito, derivative ng sine is cosine, diba? Tapos, 3 times 2 is equal to 6. 6 cosine of 3t k hat. Yan. So, magiging final answer natin dito is equal to negative e negative t minus 6 sine of 3t j hat. Oh, nakalimutan ko yung I. Plus 6 cosine of 3t k hat. Yeah. Next, acceleration. So, paano naman natin mahanap si acceleration? para mahanap si acceleration, kukunin natin yung second derivative neto. So, second derivative ng velocity is equal to, differentiate natin to. That's already positive. E negative t, ito, the derivative of sine 3t is equal to cosine 3t, diba? Tapos 3 times 6 is equal to 18. Negative 18 cosine 3t. J hat. Tapos ito, the derivative of cosine 3t is equal to negative sine 3t. 3 times 6 is equal to negative 18. Okay. Yan. K hat. Next, C. Magnitude of velocity. So, paano natin kukunin si magnitude of velocity? So, at any time t0, at any time t is equal to 0, ayan. Isa-substitute natin yung t dun sa dito, sa equation. Is equal to, ayan, copy natin, negative e, negative 0, minus 6 sine of 3, 0, plus 6 cosine of 3 times 0. Okay? Automatic 0 na to. Ito, ano sagot na ito? Is equal to negative 1, diba? Kahit gamitin mo pa yung calculator mo. Yan. Negative e raised to negative 0 is equal to negative 1. Ayan, napapansin nyo. Tapos ito naman, 6 cosine of 3 raised to 0 is equal to, ito magiging 1 to. So, ibig sabihin, 1 times 6 is equal to 6. Ito, 1. Gamitin mo pa yung calculator mo, 6 cosine of 3 times mo sa 0 is equal to 6. So, ibig sabihin, negative 1 squared plus 6 squared. Tapos, kunin natin yung radical. Is equal to, ano magiging sagot? Negative 1 squared plus 6 squared is equal to square root of 37. So, this is the magnitude of your velocity. Yeah. Next, magnitude of acceleration at t is equal to 0. Ayan. Magnitude of acceleration at t is equal to 0. So, ito yung equation niya. Substitute lang natin yung t is equal to 0. So, ibig sabihin, e raised to negative 0 minus 18 cosine of 3 j hat minus 18 sine 3 0 k hat. Ito, matik 0 to. Ito, ano to? 1. Ito, e raised to negative 0 is equal to 1. So, ibig sabihin, I hat minus 18 j hat, diba? So, is equal to 1 squared plus negative 18 squared. Square root is equal to, using your calculator, 1 squared plus negative 18 squared, 5 square root of 13. So, the answer for this is 5 square root of 13. So, this is the magnitude of acceleration, magnitude of velocity, the equation for the acceleration at any time t, tapos the equation of velocity at any time t. Ayan. Okay? Ayan. Ipopost ko lang muna yung video lecture kasi it's already 34 minutes na dito. So, magbibigay pa ako ng isa pang example all about derivatives ulit. See you!